entire new class of liner.
Titanic's going to be a mighty ship.
Titanic in size, in speed, in splendor.
The biggest ship the world has ever seen.
A dream driven by ambition, greed, and arrogance.
I cannot conceive of any vital disaster happening to this vessel.
She is practically unsinkable.
But Titanic was doomed long before she hit an iceberg.
This is one of your economic decisions.
When that dream crashed head-on into the bottom line.
3,000 people into 16 lifeboats.
These ships have to sail at a profit.
And I have to build them at a profit.
Titanic, 5 years in the making, would sink in less than 3 hours. This is the untold story of those 5 years and of the men who built her and died with her. Titanic was born in an age of infinite possibility. There seemed no limit to what mankind could achieve. But pride and profit would take their toll. In design flaws that would sink the unsinkable. At the dawn of the 20th century, great fleets of luxury liners were the very pinnacle of modern engineering and opulence. The great shipbuilders were caught up in a cutthroat competition, each magnificent new liner trumping the last. Bigger, faster, more luxurious. In 1907, Bruce Ismay, owner of the White Star shipping line, faced the challenge of a lifetime.
Just throw that up. If people want scale, we'll give them scale.
His rival Cunard had raised the stakes with 2 new ships. To compete, Ismay would have to make yet another quantum leap. The biggest, fastest ships the world had ever seen. To realize his dream, Ismay chose William Pirrie.
The most luxurious imaginable.
And the price?
Our usual terms, cost plus 4%.
That would still be astronomical. And to compete with Cunard, we'd need 2 ships.
William Pirrie's shipbuilding company, Harland and Wolff, needed to design the world's greatest ocean liner. One that would usher in a new age of sea travel. One year later, Pirrie brought his first model to Ismay's London office.
Well,
It's got 4 funnels.
correct.
But you said there'd only be 3 engines.
William feels these ships will be more cost-effective with only 3.
And of course, we all know that the more funnels a ship has, the keener the paying public are to travel on it.
Cunard built the Mauretania and the Lusitania with 4. We didn't think you'd want your ships to have less.
So 1 funnel is an ornament?
Correct, sir.
Well, I think she's magnificent. How soon can you start?
We can commence work on ship 400 in a matter of months. 401 soon after.
When Bruce Ismay signs the contract with Harland and Wolff, there is no turning back. Titanic will be built.
Now, they'll need names. We can't keep calling them ships 400 and 401.
Surely, since 400 is the first in the class, we must call her Olympic.
Agreed. And 401?
She's your ship, Bruce.
William, you know your classics. Olympus was home to the Greek gods, that's true, but what of their great rivals, the Titans? Giants, every one of them. Olympic's partner should surely be Titanic.
Very good.
Titanic it is, then.
Was ever a ship more appropriately named?
Olympic and Titanic. For William Pirrie, they promised boundless prosperity. They were to be his crowning achievement, his masterpiece. What could possibly go wrong? Construction of the Titanic began in Belfast, Ireland, where Harland and Wolff had become the biggest shipbuilders in the world. The yard was a hard place. 6-day weeks with salaries as low as £1 a week, the equivalent of about $65 a week today. If you came late, you were locked out and earned nothing. Discipline was the foreman's job. Marked by a bowler hat, the foreman controlled the yard and could make or break a man's future.
Mr. Frost! Mr. Frost! I know my name, son, and you'd be? Alfred Cunningham, sir. Starting today, eh? Yes, sir. Apprentice better.
There were 14,000 workers in the yard. Alfie Cunningham, just 16, was starting as an apprentice at the bottom of the heap.
Tell me what you know about a ship's engine, young man. Nothing, sir.
Then you better waste no time in learning, son, or you'll be out in your ear.
Artie Frost, 33, also started as an apprentice. But he worked hard and learned. Now a foreman fitter, he worked his way up, like his father before him. Harland and Wolff was a family business.
That's a fact. Cunard have got ahead of us. We must show them we won't let them stay there.
Well, I'm sure you'll relish the opportunity to do that, William.
William Pirrie's chief of design was his wife's brother, Alexander Carlisle.
Tommy, Roderick, Alexander's put you in the picture.
Indeed. It's tremendous news.
Many felt that Thomas Andrews, Pirrie's nephew, was being groomed to take over the company.
An entire new class of liner.
It's extraordinarily bold.
Roderick Chisholm was the chief draftsman.
I told Ismay he could have them within 4 to 5 years.
Really, William, we all know how much you like to throw down a challenge, but quite frankly, that is ridiculous.
Why?
These ships cannot simply be imagined into existence, William.
Of course, Alexander. And yes, I am laying down a challenge. Perhaps the greatest in the history of shipbuilding. That's a challenge I know you'll want to take on. And with Tommy and Roderick to help, you can turn the vision into a reality.
Iron will ruled the yard.
Get up out of there, you! Stop turning that metal. What are you up to? You understand me?
Every second of the shipbuilding day belonged to the company.
Down the tools!
Is that Mr. Pirrie?
Lord Pirrie to me and you.
Must be something mighty important to have brought him down here, though, Mr. Miller.
To build a new generation of giant ocean liners, Pirrie first had to rebuild his shipyard, including new boat slips and enormous new gantries. With his eye on history, Pirrie appointed Robert Welch, the finest photographer in Ireland, to capture every phase of Titanic's construction. Before Lord Pirrie could build the future, he had to destroy the past. Workers began to dismantle huge sections of the Harland and Wolff shipyard, piece by piece. 3 entire slipways were razed to the ground to make room for the new White Star liners. Towering over the yard would be 2 massive cradles where Olympic and Titanic's keels would be laid. Out of the chaos, Pirrie's vision began to take shape. These giant vessels would need a construction gantry unlike any the world had ever seen. A complex steel structure big enough to allow Titanic and Olympic to be built side by side. 230 feet high, 840 feet long, and 270 feet wide. It would take 2 years to prepare the yard before the first rivet was fitted into place at a cost of £100,000. That's $12 million today. At its heart was an intricate system of mobile cranes designed to reach every part of the ships beneath. Pirrie had promised the biggest ships the world had ever seen. That responsibility fell to chief designer Alexander Carlisle. But But it was Pirrie whose word was final. For him, Olympic and Titanic would confirm Harland and Wolff as the world's greatest shipbuilder.